All right, you had an opportunity there to check in with your neighbors. This should be quick. We've seen a few really nice diagrams outlining what these crusts look like. So the first one here is thick versus thin. So in this diagram, we can see that the continental crust is the thicker piece compared to the oceanic crust. It's much thinner. It's being compressed by the weight of the water, and it's also just a different rock type. It is something called basalt. Okay, basalt is an igneous rock. Talked about those earlier in our unit. Those come from volcanic rocks, activity, cooling, magma, or lava. So our oceanic crust should be thin or thinner of the two. And in terms of density, again, we're thinking about being compact and being heavier. So looking at our picture here, we see the continental crust sitting above the oceanic crust. And the oceanic crust is sinking down underneath because it is the more dense of the two pieces of crust. So oceanic crust is more dense. That rock type of basalt is more compact. And this is the more iron-rich of the two rock types. So that's what you should have on your chart. Okay? Thinking about continental crust then, that one is made up of granite. Granite is also an igneous rock type, but again, they look a little different. This is what we're seeing, pop up in kitchens. It's a little more visually pleasing because of those big crystal size, because it cooled inside the earth. When we look back at the picture, with my scribbles on it there, we do see again the continental crust is the thicker of the two, right? I like to just remember it's creating those big mountains for us on Earth, so it is the thicker of the two. It does sit a little higher on that asthenosphere part of the crust, so it is the less dense piece of crust, and then it is the not iron-rich piece. So we're going to start hearing a lot more about those two types of crust and starting to look more at how they're interacting at our different types of boundaries. And really, now that we know their characteristics, start thinking about why they're interacting that way and what kind of features we're getting because of that.